So I'm going to talk about the dog cafe I went to when I was in Japan, as my camera keeps wanting to look at me from above. So yeah, dog cafe. They have cat cafes there. There's like hedgehog. There's like a lot of cafes where you could just exploit animals and have fun with them. But anyway, I went to Harajuku. And while there, I had time to kill because it was still one of the days where I was like by myself. And actually that day Paul was getting in. So I was like, alright, I still got like some time to kill before his flight even lands, before he even gets to the hotel. So I was like, alright, I'm in Harajuku. I'm like, okay, cool. But then I stumbled upon the dog cafe, which is right here. It's Harajuku. It's the famous Takashita street. It's right here. You could see it's the Harajuku Shiba Idu Cafe. There's also Be at Ease by Owls. Oh, this English. But yeah, so they have, the cute little Shiba Inus. And so yeah, you go in here, you go up the stairs, you'll see people are waiting here, and then the dogs are actually up here where you see this big old sign here. When you go in, the staircase is already like narrow, but then it gets more narrow when they divide it in half, where they're like, if you have a ticket already, you're on this side, if you don't, you're on this side, kind of shit. And so I'm like, okay, and this stuff's in English, and the people do speak English and all that stuff. Again, it's Harajuku, they know it's a tourist spot, and they also know most of us Westerners are not gonna want to learn the other language because we're Americans and we're like, English #1, I go up there and I was just like, oh, one ticket, and then like there's like a tablet behind the chick, and she's just like, yeah, the next one is at 2:45, and I was like looking, or like 2:30 or whatever shit like that, and I like looked at my watch, which was in New York time, so I was like, what? Oh, yeah, and so I had like 30 minutes or something before it was my time, and then and they were like, oh, no, well, come back in 25, because be there 5 minutes before and all that stuff. And I was like, ara boo boo, and so it costs 880 yen, so like not even $9. So, you give your money and then they give you a little ticket, and then, you make sure you don't lose that shit. So then I walked around, and that's where I got this picture. Once you're close to your time, you're there, and then they're like, okay, they call for your thing, you're going up the other line, and then, you give the girl your ticket, and then she just spritzes your hand with, like, I thought it was hand sanitizer, because I get it, I'm going to be, like, touching dogs and stuff like that, and I don't want the dogs to get sick because of my American disease. And so I, like, spritzed it. I went, okay, cool, thanks. I went like this, and then, like, I'm like, that's just water. That's just water. So you enter, and then you have to take off your shoes. It's the mats, You gotta take off your shoes, and I'm just like in Converse, I'm like unlacing it and shit. And then they have cubbies for your shoes that are like this. And I'm like, well, thank fucking Christ I wore my Converses, because they could be like compressed and shoved in there. Because if I was wearing like my regular, sneakers that are busted as fuck, but those can't really compress because they're kind of like, they're Adidas, so they don't do that. So I'm just like, like literally I put one shoe in and there's like no more room in the cubby because of my big feet. And I'm like, oh my God, You go in there and then they have you stand off to the side, all the newcomers, everyone else who's been there and their time is almost up. So within like, they kind of like rotate people in like every 15 minutes. So when they're like 15 minutes is done, so the people are out and then the new crew comes in, and then the people who've been there are there like puppies and shit. So they stand you off to the side, and then there's also like little shelves where you can put like your bags and stuff, because so you don't have it on the floor and dogs aren't like fucking around with it. And so they kind of give you the rules. They're like, hey, you got 30 minutes. You only have 30 minutes with these dogs. So that's what you're paying your 880 yen for 30 minutes for petting dogs. They're just like, if the dog comes to you and like sits on your lap or whatever, that's fine, but don't like pick up the dog and be like, this is my dog kind of thing, which is understandable. They're like, you can do pictures, you can do video, just no flash, no lights, no blah blah blah, like all that stuff. And again, I got there at around like 2 something. It was close to 3. That was my time. And you know, by then, like, the dogs are literally played out. They're just like, yo, like, they're all just kind of like, you know, they're all like me when I'm on painkillers, just like, you know, before we start, oh, look how cute! Shiba Inus always look like toasted marshmallows. Like, look how cute! Ah! Oh, I think this one almost tried to bite me. So before, like, you start, there's like a little wall with like the little like drink thingies, and you're like, you can have a free drink, go right ahead. And so I chose like, I think Pepsi or something like that, because as I said before, I had a lot of milk tea, and it was like hot out, so why would I want like a hot tea? And again, American, so everything needs to be ice, you know, so I was just like, Pepsi. I didn't want to be like everyone else, because a lot of people were just like crowding around a bunch of dogs, and I was just like, alright, and some of them were like hiding under tables and stuff. So I went to this one, and I was like, okay, let me be this one's friend. And I went to go like pet it, and the dog was like, Rah! And I was like, ah! And I literally just went, Jesus, like that. And then of course everyone's looking at me because I was just loud. And also everyone was there with someone, so it's all like couples, you know? So it's always just like, you know, the guys there like, oh, it's really cute. Oh, honey, let me take a picture of you. Da-da-da. It's all that kind of, and the girl's like, oh my God, a dog, you know, that kind of stuff. And I'm there like by myself as like this fat kid who's like, puppies, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm like the Stay Puft Marshmallow person around these dogs. And these dogs are just like, no, you're gonna eat me, you're so huge. This song almost bit me because it just went, ah! And I was just like, oh, wow. And everyone just looked at me and was just kind of like, ah. So I moved somewhere else because I was like, fuck this dog. You know, obviously before I took more pictures of its face before it woke up and tried to eat me alive. Anyway, so I ended up sitting like kind of in the middle of the room, and dog butt. Oh yeah, this cute little one was just like, it was like forever hiding under the table. And I was like, oh, you face. Look at the little face, the nose. Ugh, dogs. Oh yeah, and this one, and this one's so cute. And then, yeah, a lot of them ran over here because the girls that were working there, like, in the little cabinets, they had, like, little snacks. And they were like, oh, snacks? Yeah, I don't want these people petting me. I want snacks, bitch. You know? Oh, man. And then this one became my friend because it was, like, it didn't want to get too close to me, but it liked to, like, chill near me. So that was cool. Yeah. Oh, look at the face. And this is me. Yeah, I'm just scratching his butt. I'm scratching his butt. Oh yeah, that's the little drink. Like, look how small. It's like the size of this thing. It's a little drinky. You know, you're not really gonna get like a big drink, but yeah, I didn't have to worry about someone drinking mine because mine definitely had lipstick on it. Yeah. It was funny, I was like, oh, I got Pepsi, and when I showed the picture to Paul, he was like, you've got Pepsi-flavored coffee? I was like, no, bro, that's just the cup. It's just a cup. But yeah, this is, oh yeah, and then a lot of the girls were like brushing the dog, so this is the dog that hid under the table. I was like, I want to be brushed, you know? And then this girl's like picking the fur out, and there's my buddy here again. Oh, look at the white one. This white one, there's like a table off to the side there, and that dog hid there too. It's like, no, ew, white one. This is a regular marshmallow, and these are toasted marshmallows. They're so cute. It just hurts me so much. Yeah, this is when they were getting the snacks. So they're all like, oh, I want snacks. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's like fucking 6 dogs here. Like, oh my God. So many dogs. So many dogs. Aww. Yeah, you see everyone just sitting there with their phones, and they're like, look at this one. She's like petting one, and she's looking at one. And I'm like, you get like cuteness overload, and it's like, ah. Oh yeah, like, you know, the shoe cubbies. Yeah. Yeah, this fits this person's shoe, but I'm just letting you know, if you've got, like, big feet, it don't go like that. Oh. Also, wait, going about this shoe thingy, because I'm tall, like, the cubby goes pretty high, and then most people's shoes were lower, let's just say. Anyway. And so, there's the dog. I decided to name this dog Roger because I can't read Japanese. So on their little handkerchief bandana thingy said their names. But I was like, I'm going to call you Roger. I don't know why. But I was like, I'm going to call you Roger. And, but your nickname's going to be Toasty. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call you. And then just look at that face. Oh, look at the little snoot. Little snoot. Oh. It was just like taking a nap and just chilling. Yeah. This dog did not care that I was just petting it. It was just like, I was like, I'm gonna pet. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, I used my good camera on this one on my phone. Oh, look at that. Ooh, if you're an animator, look at this. Look at that rendering. Oh, and you get the ears. Look at this little dog. Look at this Snoop. Look at Snoop. Oh yeah, and then this picture I took of my dumbass like, dog! Look at take a picture of a dog! Look at the dog! You know. Oh man, yeah, there's the white dog underneath here. Oh yeah, this was like the American dude. He was just tatted to the nines when he came in. I was just like, shit, bro. But yeah, I'm just like, dog! I got with a dog! I'm an adult! I'm an adult! It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Then I have video of me petting the dog, and it's just, it's the most incriminating footage ever. No, it's just me sounding like an idiot. So if you just want to listen to me sounding like an idiot petting a dog, if this file would open. Oh. Why am I like this? Like, why am I like this? Like, I don't know. But that was the dog cafe, and you know, I don't think the dogs. Oh God. I don't think the dogs are being abused in any way. They're obviously tired because, you know, they probably like get up early, and not get up early like when they got a job, but like, you know, well, that is their job, but you know, they get up and they're playing around, so by like, you know, like probably the third set of people, they're just like, I'm just gonna take a nap, you know. They seem to be treated fine. Their coats are brushed, they're given snacks, you know, every so often. But yeah, like, I can see some people being like, this is wrong, you know, because I've seen some videos of like, other Westerners going to, like, the cat cafes, and I feel like the cat cafe may be worse, just because cats are always like that, like, just laying around and being like, fuck off. So I feel like when you get to the cat cafe, you're just like, oh, you're so, and then also it's cats, so it's like, I'm gonna climb on all this shit, and so I'm gonna be like 8 feet above you, so you can't even like take a picture with me. But anyway, that's the dog cafe. You know, I like dogs, and I don't have any pets of my own, so I was like, this was fun. I paid $8. I paid almost $9 to sip Pepsi while petting a bunch of dogs and taking pictures and sounding like a freaking moron. So, you know, I feel it's worth it. It's worth it. Anyway, dog cafe.